Back to the Real Money Show with Guildhall Wealth Management. I'm Darren Long, your host, and with me today, Jeremy Wiseman, Vice President of Guildhall Wealth Management. Jeremy, in the first segment, we did a little product talk and a little update on the market, and we promised to stay on that topic a little bit. And as an extension of that topic, obviously it begs the question, is now a good time to be buying gold? Is this an opportune moment for a new investor, an existing investor? And I'll start that conversation by saying not only do I believe it's a good time, it may be among the 3 or 4 best times we've ever had in the marketplace. And I said as much in several emails this week to a number of clients looking to cost average. This is work we do on a regular basis. If you're listening, the consultation process doesn't end at day one when you buy. We constantly are talking with clients about questions related to their ownership and updates on where they can get bullion and where it can be stored and what might be advantageous about having it stored in different places in the world and things of that nature. And we talk about the right time to buy or sell all the time, but these are self-directed accounts, all of them. The client has to make the final decision. But in doing so, I think the best thing that you can hope for is to find value in your purchase. And to find value, you have to ask yourself one simple question. Is it the right time to buy? Well, based on the market price and where we're at, is it the absolute bottom for gold? No, it's not the lowest price we've ever seen in the market. But are those days long gone? They are. In my opinion, you'll never see it again, so don't wait for it. And there are lots of people that sit on the fence and do just that and have done that. We have clients who have parked money waiting for $800 gold, $900 gold. Not going to happen again. So from a value perspective, I think we're as close as we're going to be to a very big bottom that we've seen. It's come and gone, but this represents true value. We're not at 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, or even 10,000, like some of the articles we've seen over the last little while talking about that.
Or 30,000.
30,000 today.
Mark Lundin just came out with an article we're going to put in our newsletter talking about 30,000.
It's the turn of the cycle for me. That's why I find value.
You know, I think in terms of I was talking with a client. We were chuckling about it's not trying to time the market. It's time in the market, right? Not timing, but time in.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you're waiting for a crazy drop in price, not value, price, you know, it's easier to do that. Like a Jim Rogers, for instance, multi-millionaire, he can wait for a price because he already owns product, right? So there's a bit of a difference there. If you don't own any, you're not in a position to take advantage of rises, and who knows if you'll take advantage of a drop in price either, because how low is low if you don't understand the value at where it is exactly today. I was watching, they had a veteran options trader on Bloomberg this week, and he was showing that the volatility on gold is at its lowest point since 1997. And he said, this looks like the opportune time, because when you see volatility this low in a market, you know it's about to break out to the high. In terms of waiting for dips, well, dip where? I mean, yes, markets can go down, and we don't know for sure. But when we look at 2008 versus where we are today, we don't see gold on a coming off of a major run. We haven't had a major run. Now, we've had great returns so far, and this was in the Mark Lundin article, just showing gold's performance against a bunch of foreign exchange. Since 2001, gold in Canadian dollars is up 336%. That's 18% a year over that period of time. Now, we've seen in recent years, we're seeing 6 and 7% gains per year. But if you've held it long term, you're getting 18% plus a year. That's even more in U.S. dollars. Now, you get into British pounds, South African rand, Brazilian real, Mexican peso, Russian ruble, Pakistan rupee. I mean, Russian ruble, if you've held it for 18 years, you're up 1,066%. The UK pound is up 466%. There is a clear pattern here of currencies devaluing against gold, and we're seeing the trend change from the everything bubble. The stock market has had a miraculous recovery since December. How long is that going to keep going? How fragile is the market that Powell has to step back, reverse his course on raising rates. What happened to the great rate rise, right? The great let's get liquidity out of the market.
There's no organic
It didn't
growth.
happen.
There's no organic growth, none.
So we see more and more people concerned about the markets, concerned about the health of the real estate market, equity markets, bond markets. Where do you put your money to be safe? Yes, this market isn't for everyone, but for those who want to sleep at night, they are starting to consider gold in a very big way.
Ray Dalio, billionaire.
Yeah.
One of the most smartest investors you can listen to, watch, and participate with. He takes very large sums of money and turns it into exorbitantly large sums of money. And he is paid well for doing what he's done over the years. He's a trusted name in the industry. We sat and watched a video on our own YouTube channel with 4 or 5 billionaires talking about reasons to own gold and why to own gold. And he said quite simply, look, I'm not here to service you, but if you're asking about what my wealth is and where it's parked, yeah, I have gold. And the smart people are going to have 10%. And if they don't, then they don't understand history and they don't understand currencies. And unfortunately, it's not to be bashing somebody who doesn't. It's not to be facetious about it. It's just to say that those that are in the know understand cycles. They understand the change of times, and they've been through or understood historically what the loss of a currency value looks like.
Yeah,
and it's happening right in front of us. So if you want to get into this market and you believe you should protect your wealth, then you're making the right decision to own some gold and silver. To do that, call the number 1-877-78-SILVER. That's 1-877-78-SILVER, or go over to guildhallwealth.com. Take a peek at our website, but request the free investor kit. Get in the know and get yourself some gold and silver. If you're ready to commit, why not just call and get some today? Come in, see it, pick it up, pay for it, put it in a depository account, put it into a registered account, maybe an RSP, a TFSA if you want to do that, but get some gold and silver.
Yeah, these billionaires, Darren, and Ray Dalio's one, Sam Zell, we've got Naguib Sawari, also Canadian Frank Giestra. They're all Hugo Salinas Price. They're all saying the same thing. These debts are getting out of control. They have led to the rise of populism. There is some major problems going on in the economic system, and there will be a righting of the wrongs. And you want to get out of the way of the major issues that are coming. And let's be honest, we repeat it sometimes on the show. It bears repeating. They have not solved anything from 2008, right? Oh, okay, so the banks are a little more, they've got a little more capital in them. Thanks, Fed, for giving them the capital. But the only thing backstopping the stock market right now is the Fed. They can't pull the punch bowl away. They've tried it twice. So we could actually see a situation where the stock market could rise and gold rises with it. Now, is it a good time to buy gold? Well, look, you could compare gold to $250 an ounce when Brown's bottom in 1999, when he sold off half of England's gold and eventually became the prime minister. Thank you very much. But you compare the debt and how much cash has been created since that time, and you look at gold at $1,300, it's actually cheaper today at $1,300. I mean, value-wise, right? When I was buying gold in 2006, I was paying $80 over spot, right? Things have changed. The prices, the premiums on the product haven't been lower. You know, everyone wants to get it at nothing, but they've never been lower. And it's such a good opportunity to be getting in, and we are seeing more and more people getting in with larger funds because they are majorly concerned about what they're seeing. Everyone knows the growth is BS, because if there was really true growth, everyone would be walking around feeling wealthy, but inflation is taking that away. And you know, anything that the mainstream media says is not being heard by, you know, Joe Plumber on the street.
Right. 1-877-78-SILVER. Guildhallwealth.com is the website to go to.